Welcome to my favorite nonprofit radio segment called Nonprofits Care. Their causes are really extraordinary.
Welcome to the second half of Nonprofits Who Care, Causes Are Really Extraordinary. We're a new show on Mile High Radio that we have started on every Thursdays at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Feel free to join us. And my name is Ralph Grills. I'm the host of the show, and I'm the founder of My Favorite Nonprofit. You can find more about us at myfavoriteenonprofit.com. Our co-host is Helena Nee, and Helena Nee has been with us now for the last 3 weeks. And we have a very special guest today, and our guest is Francisco Merval. Is that pronounced correct, Francisco?
Yes, of course, and thank you very much for this nice opportunity.
Oh, for sure. And Francisco, your organization is the Hispanic Christian Chamber of Commerce Foundation, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Can you tell us more about that and how you got involved with that?
Well, 15 years ago, when I opened my own business, I received a lot of help from local people. And when I asked one of those persons, Mr. John Fisher, what can I do, what could I do to repay the favor, he said, you can't, do it for others. And it was a good advice.
Kind of like a pay it forward.
Yeah. And so I decided eventually, with a little bit more experience 10 years ago, to open a non-profit together with my wife to help others to establish their own business. Not only to open the business, but also to grow the business and to do it with social responsibility. When you are a business owner, you should not forget about your own community. And that's how 10 years ago we began with this idea of the Hispanic Christian Chamber of Commerce Foundation.
So you're a Chamber of Commerce, but you're a 501c3.
We are a 501c3, we are a foundation, we don't have members, we don't sell memberships.
Oh, so there's no membership fee?
No, we have friends, a lot of them, and we provide some services absolutely to everybody in the community.
Oh, okay. And so how do you get funded for your organization?
Again, through friends. We have what we call an organic approach, meaning we have some projects, some ideas, we share that with people,
right?
And we receive the funds, and we pray a lot, to be sincere with you. We don't try to plan every single detail or have the money before we start. Sometimes the need is too much to wait. And that organic approach allows us to see miracles happening almost every week.
So it's kind of philosophy, you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Yes.
And so you're funded from the general public then?
General public, members of the group members in the sense of friends, participants,
right.
And several local people, especially in the area of Commerce City, where we have been working now for 4 years, day in, day out.
Oh, so Commerce City is the area that you normally work?
We have 2 areas. One is Commerce City, the other one is the west side of Denver. In both areas, most of the residents are Latino. More than 60%, the majority of the population is Latino in those 2 areas.
Right.
However, up to 83% of those families live in poverty.
83%?
83%.
Wow, that's a high number.
So that's why we focus on those 2 areas,
right,
and provide a tool for the residents to open their own business or whatever else they want to do. And I don't have an agenda. It's just providing resources for the community as a way of escaping that cycle of poverty.
Right.
And we have had quite a few nice success stories.
So you're teaching people how to own their own business out there.
To own their own business with social responsibility. Because the idea is then when you have your own business, come back to the community and let the same cycle start again.
Right. It's like the old saying is, if you give a man a fish they can eat for a day, you teach them how to fish, they can eat forever.
And that's the idea, is to empower the people,
right,
to the point that we are no longer needed there.
Right, so they can be self-sustaining.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. If not, you are creating dependence and not something we want.
Right.
Sometimes you need a helping hand in the moment of crisis. And that's okay. You know, we do deliver, for example, food to different families in need.
There's immediate needs that you have to cure.
But after that, we try to establish a different kind of relationship.
Right, and you try to build from there.
Yes.
Very good. Tell us a little more about yourself, Francisco. You have a very interesting background.
Well, I am originally from Argentina, where I study education, philosophy and theology. And now 20 plus years ago, I received an invitation by the Salvation Army to come here to Colorado to work with refugees from Mexico. It was the time of the devaluation of the Mexican peso. and around 1,000 Mexican families were coming to Denver every month. And many churches and non-profit organizations did not have the ability at that time, the skills, to deal with that influx of new Spanish-speaking, monolingual Spanish-speaking immigrants.
Right.
So we have been doing a lot of work in Argentina, then in Canada with the Salvation Army, so we received the invitation. And we did that for 4 years. After that, we had the opportunity of going back to Argentina, or to Canada, or staying here, and we decided to stay here. Eventually, I opened my own company, Project Vision 21. It's a bilingual news and service agency. My stories go every day in English and Spanish to hundreds of media outlets all over the country. Because of my academic formation, I am also teaching at 2 local universities, Colorado Christian and Colorado Heights.
Oh, yeah. Very good. You have a very busy schedule, sounds
Well,
like.
I always say I have to do enough for my wife to think I am working.
There you go.
So she's not letting me go and get something or do something.
Right, so she's not keep calling you and telling you.
That's right. That's right. And she likes when I do these radio shows, I teach because you know where I am at.
Right. And then, Francisco, you help not only your organization, but all the other organizations out there for the Hispanic community, because I know Bob Miller, who's a mutual friend of ours, he has the Family Orphan community.
Well, that idea of this foundation is to be a resource for others. For example, in Commerce City, we are working very close with the local food bank of the Church of the Nazarene. And the reason we are working with them is because they moved from providing food only for Spanish-speaking families to everybody in the community. Now, that didn't happen by design. It happened almost by chance when people began to go to the church and ask for food. So the local pastor...
So it happened to be Hispanic families coming?
Yes,
yeah.
and then everybody else.
Right.
And so the local pastor, who is from Guatemala and knows very well how to deal with Latinos, called me and said, can you help me? Because now I have African-American, I have white people, and he felt that he needed that kind of help. So we are helping him in that sense. Same thing with Bob Miller. A mutual friend introduced me to him, and he said, well, can we work together? And we have been doing that now for quite a number of years. We are also partnering with Colorado Heights, because I teach there, to provide, we are organizing meetings at Colorado Heights for the community, the Latino community.
Right.
So they can go, have a free lunch, but more than anything else, interact with Hispanic Latino leaders and with professors, college professors from different backgrounds and different countries, so they can engage the academia.
And get inspiration that they actually can see.
In a safe environment.
Right.
Where nobody is trying to sell anything or promote anything.
Right.
And eventually that may lead to the decision of going back to college or going to college in the first place.
So you're outreaching to the community just to bring them in so they can get exposed to it.
Yeah.
Very good.
And usually we do that behind the scenes. It's not that we are promoting our organization.
Right. Well, I know your organization has different meetings, because I saw on your website that the Hispanic Christian Chamber of Commerce Foundation, the next meeting's on September 13th.
That's right.
And it's going to be for, that says the topic is the health of Latinos.
Which is a very important topic, of course. We Latinos suffer from several chronic diseases, diabetes, obesity.
Yeah, I know diabetes is very...
And at a higher rate than the rest of the community. And at the same time, we have the lowest rate of health insurance. So when you put both things together, it's quite a challenge.
Right.
So we partnered with the Derby Resource Center, the community organization in Commerce City, and 9 Health Fair to promote the next health fair in Commerce City, which is only or mostly for Latinos. Everybody's invited, of course, but that's the focus. Last year there were around 5,000 people going to that health fair.
That's a lot.
And for many, and for many of those participants, that's the only time in the year when they see an actual doctor, a physician. So that's why we are promoting that event. So yes, in a week from today, literally, we have a free breakfast. Everything is in English and Spanish. It's open to everybody to promote that event.
Oh, very good. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break here, and then after we come back from break, we'll talk some more with Francisco Merval, and he's the organization, the Hispanic Christian Chamber Foundation, or Chamber of Commerce Foundation. And this is Ralph Brills of My Favorite Nonprofit, and my co-host Helene Lee. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome to my favorite nonprofit radio segment called Nonprofits Care. Their causes are really extraordinary.
Welcome back to Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary. This is Ralph Grills. I'm the founder of My Favorite Nonprofit, and you can find more about us at myfavoriternonprofit.com. Our co-host is Elena Nee. Hello, Elena.
Hello.
And then we have Francisco Merval. We're back with him for the second half. And Francisco, tell us some more about your foundation for helping. How do you find people and get them involved in the organization?
Well, the basic idea of this foundation is to remind small business owners that they have a social responsibility. For many Latinos, that social responsibility will be expressed in the context of the Christian belief, whatever kind of expression of Christianity they may follow. By the way, we are not associated with any church or denomination. We don't preach and we don't promote any specific expression of Christianity. We promote some Christian values, meaning love your neighbor, for example.
Right.
In that context, we participate in quite large number of organizations, meeting groups, and also in media, social media, radio, newspapers, and in using all those platforms and tools, we get in touch with people. The goal is very simple: to be the bridge between people in the community and experts, meaning lawyers, legislators, even college professors, that otherwise people in the community may not have access to.
So you give them that access.
Because of my work as a reporter and as a college professor, in many cases I can pick up the phone or send an email and I will get access. But let's say Maria or Jose, having a small business in Commerce City, may not have the same privilege.
That is true.
So we do that. We organize the meetings, the breakfast, the lunches, so we can provide that access and establish that connection. CEOs have been with us, different people, educators, both at the local and national level, and it's a way of engaging the people and let them know that there are resources out there that perhaps they haven't thought.
Now, when you have somebody who wants to get involved, they can go to your website at newsandservices.com.
newsandservices.com. My company provides those two services, news and services. That way the website has the name, News and Services. Want to be clear, that's my company. However, if you go to the bottom right of the page, you are going to see the link to the information about the Hispanic Christian Chamber of Commerce Foundation. The information is there. And again, it's a non-profit organization.
Right.
Everything we do is volunteer.
And you're a 501c3.
We are a 501c3. Yes.
And if someone wanted to donate to your organization, how would they do that?
Well, they can go to the website we just mentioned, newsandservices.com, follow the link with the foundation, and you are going to find the link to make the donations online. I want to be clear also, Ralph, about this. All the donations, monetary donations we receive, are for one purpose only, and it's for the Breakfast with the Homeless program that we participate every second and fourth Saturday of the month in downtown Denver. And we have
So it's Breakfast for the Hungry program?
Breakfast with the homeless.
Oh, okay.
It's not for the homeless, it's with the homeless.
With the homeless, yeah.
We don't make any difference between who is serving and who is receiving the breakfast.
Right.
Because there is none.
Right.
You never know which side of the table you are going to find yourself.
That is true.
And every second and fourth Saturday of the month in downtown Denver, Broadway and 24, we provide that service with a number of other groups and organizations. Again, nobody organizes anything. Nobody's going to call you and say you need to bring this, or we expect this number of people. It's an organic approach, as we said before. So every donation we receive goes to that particular program. Sometimes it's buying napkins or bread or something like that. Sometimes it's whatever the amount of the donation, buying something else for.
Well, I like the fact that you don't know who's who, because there's a movie out there, I don't know if you saw it, it's called Being Flynn with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And he ends up homeless, and then he ends up at the shelter, and his son's working there.
And you never know.
And you never know.
You never know.
And the guy's thinking he's a genius.
So we sit together, we share literally, we share the meal, we sit together with the people.
Right.
We sell whatever we have. And you never know how many people you're going to have there, but usually 300 to 500. Many of them many of them young couple with children.
Oh, very good.
Are you serving this inside or outside?
It's outside.
It's
In
outside.
literally at the corner of Broadway and 24.
Yeah, I live right near there too.
It's a small square there, a triangle.
Yeah, with the triangle
Yeah,
art.
yeah, that's right, that's right.
Okay.
Literally that place, yes.
Yeah, I will definitely. I see a lot of people feeding right there.
Yes, and there are other groups, that's why we go only twice a month.
Yeah. So can anybody attend your activities and your meetings? So it's open to everybody?
Absolutely everybody.
Very
yes.
good.
If somebody wants to wanna go and feed and have that activity, how it's in the website?
It is there in the website, and however, there is no requirement. We are there at 8 a.m., second and fourth Saturday of the month, and there is no need to bring anything.
What about food preparation?
It is done at the Denver Rescue Mission,
Oh, the rescue mission
so
is.
they provide the facilities, so everything is legal.
So you know Brad Miley over there?
Sorry?
You know Brad Miley?
Yeah.
Who's
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, we had him on our
Yes,
radio
yes.
segment before.
Yeah,
He's a
we
great
work with
guy.
him, we work also
Yeah.
with the Hispanic ministry leader, Chris Martinez over there, we work with a number of people over there.
Oh, very good. That's a great organization.
It is.
There's another thing you're doing with the collaboration.
Yeah.
This is amazing that you do so much collaboration out there. This is what impressed me most about you.
Well, basically that's the goal. We are a resource for others, and sometimes they collaborate with us when we need a hand, and we try to help others too.
Yeah, because I found that some nonprofits, they just feel like, well, this is our mission, and so this is all we're going to do. And if you want to, do your mission, you do it over there. But I like it when you come in to actually work together, because the resources are being limited right now because of the economy and everything else. I think nonprofits need to really look at working together
Yes.
to make them stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in those times of the year, on those areas where there is a real need, and sometimes people are not aware of that. During the tax season, when Latino families go to do the taxes,
Right.
January to April, usually they want the refund immediately. Usually means that they don't have enough money even to feed the family, especially in the area where we are talking about. So during those months, January to April, we had boxes with food, just for that purpose. Tax preparers will call us and say, we have this family here in need, can you please bring a box? So we do that.
Oh, that's great.
But that specific needs for that specific time of the year.
Right.
Sometimes people will tell the tax preparer things that they are not going to tell even the husband of the wife or the pastor. But when you are in front of the IRS, usually you have to tell the truth.
They tell everything.
And another time,
Sometimes too much.
yes, another
Yeah.
time they discover that they are
Yeah.
in trouble, real need.
Uh-huh.
So we try to give them a hand.
Do you get them hooked up with legal assistance in that case? Or?
No, not in that case. That's one of the areas when we refer people to other organizations or others.
So you have some legal organizations that they can talk to?
Yes.
That's great. Very good. What else do you do, Francisco? Tell us more. This is very interesting.
One of the things I have found is when Hispanic Latino families open their own business, they do it for different reasons than the general population. In many cases, we Latinos open a business to have enough money, not tons of money, just enough money
Right.
to provide for the family,
Right.
and that's it. By the way, that's the reason why we don't join organizations. There are 24,000 Hispanic Latino small businesses in Colorado,
Really?
and only 1,200 or so in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So most of the time we don't join organizations, because we are working, of course. But once we open the business, very seldom there is anybody there telling us how to get to the next step. We know how to open a business, but how to keep it open.
Yeah, because you can do the filing, the paperwork, and all that, but then you got to actually start running the business.
And that's what we
That's
do.
where you need, yeah.
That's what we focus on.
Yeah, most people need help there.
Yes,
Right.
that second level of help. There are many organizations telling you how to open the business,
Right.
but very few guiding you in the context of the culture, of the Hispanic Latino culture, how to
Right.
keep that business open.
Right.
And how to do it in a sense that will make sense not only for you, but also for your community.
Right. Because, Colorado Heights University, you mentioned that you were doing some teaching there.
Yes.
And I know they were thinking about having a program about doing small business ownership.
That's right, yeah. By the way, I teach philosophy there. Who in the right mind went to study philosophy, I don't know, but that's what I have been studying and teaching for the past 30 years. So, and there are a number of students in my class. They keep coming. So.
Sounds like you got a group following you.
I can't complain. But Colorado Heights, it is a business school.
Right.
That's the focus. And yes, they are discovering that some people are not going to jump from not college experience to study business or whatever. They need an intermediate step. And that's why they are developing this small business program.
So they can give them actually the hands-on of running a business.
And then
Yeah.
eventually they can also go to college and get the accredited degree.
Right, because they actually invited me over and I was on the committee
Yeah.
to talk to them about that.
Yes, yes.
Hopefully that program sets off. It sounds like a really neat.
Part of the issue is
Opportunity.
it takes a long time, as usual.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true. It takes time. I mean, first you have to have the idea, then you have to start really massaging to make it come out.
Yes.
Yeah. And what else? You do also translation, right?
Well, my company provides, again, news and services. We write daily stories in English and Spanish for local and national media. These stories go to 120 media outlets all over the country and Latin America. On the service side, we provide consulting services, translation, one of those services. It's not really translation, it's what I call transcreation. We put the message in the different cultural contexts. And in that sense, we provide consulting services for large organizations doing outreach to the Hispanic Latino community in Metro Denver area, but also in other areas of Colorado.
Oh, that's great.
You're a busy man.
I pretend a lot. No, I do a number of things, but at the end of the day, it's two things. It's writing stories, it's doing consulting services, and then, of course, the non-profit aspect of what we do.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm impressed.
You have children?
I have two children, Natalie and Jonathan, both in college now, yes.
Nice.
Yes, both on the East Coast now, yes.
So it's good that at least they're out of the house so you can have a little spare time there.
It is amazing for me not to have to drive them back and forth to school as I did just a few years ago.
Right.
Now they are on their own. We still are in touch every day, of course.
Right. Well, we're going to talk to you more, Francisco, about our website, myfavouritenonprofit.com, after we get off air, having a group there for your organization, because I think it'd be a great organization for people to come on and be able to follow, and give you more exposure there.
Thank you.
Right. Well, the key is to give more exposure to nonprofits, because if people don't know they exist, as I said before, they don't know how to get involved.
And sometimes we address problems that people don't even realize they are there. There are 900,000 people with hunger or food insecurity in Colorado.
900,000?
900,000, 18% of the population.
I didn't know it was that high.
And sometimes people don't realize that the
Right.
problem is there.
Oh, that's bad. Because there's a lot of organizations like Meals on Wheels that deliver food to people, and then there's Colorado Rockies food banks.
Yeah.
But there's still people out there hungry.
Yeah.
So more that people can do to help, that's great. I see that you do that. Very good. Anything else you have, Elena?
No, okay. Just mesmerized.
All right. Well, this has been a fantastic segment. Francisco, very much thank you for being on here.
No, quite the opposite. Thank you very, very much to both of you for this really, really nice opportunity. I deeply appreciate this opportunity.
Well, we appreciate you. And again, this is Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary. We just had Francisco Merval. And my name is Ralph Grills, the founder of My Favorite Nonprofit. You can find out more about us at myfavouritenonprofit.com. And my co-host, Elena Nee.
Have a grateful day, everybody.
Very much. Thank you.